We're going viral, Vinny. Nick, your guy LeBron with the flop on Saturday against the Grizzlies. Early Oscar buzz.
Early Oscar buzz.
Nick,
Very
defend
early.
this.
He got hit in the face.
3, 2, 1.
Got hit in the beard.
Go.
That's his face. Well,
Nick.
you have a 6'8" guy swipe up and hit you in the face and see, was he a little histrionic? Sure. But he gets hit in the face.
But
People
look,
act like he whipped.
He looked like he got sucker punched.
Yeah, I mean, he might have exaggerated a bit. That's not a flop. He got hit in the face.
That's
What's exaggerating
exactly what a
it?
flop
What's
is.
the definition?
Literally
of a
the
flop?
definition of a flop.
Exaggerating a bit.
Okay, except there's if you're gonna say that's the definition of something, it helps have the actual definition.
Right,
my
you have-
friend.
go tell me the actual definition.
A flop, what you can be fined by, those types of things, are if there is no contact or if you try to pretend there was a foul when there wasn't. This was a foul.
Minimal contact.
Okay, this was a
contact
foul.
on every
It's a
play.
good-
I
check
also
the
agree
last
it's a
two.
foul. You painted me into a corner.
No, you
Foul.
painted yourself into a corner by asking for this dumb video.
I didn't ask for it.
Oh, you asked for it. You asked for it.
Felony contact for felony foul for misdemeanor contact. That's all it is.
Oh,
It's good.
Yeah,
The
but they didn't
Academy
call him-
Award
They didn't throw the guy out.
goes to LeBron James for flop. Time now for
Early Oscar
Monday's
buzz.
top 5 stories. Number 5, Giannis dropped 41 points and 20 boards yesterday to lead the Bucks to a 93-85 win over Charlotte, his first ever 40-20 game. Nick, what'd you make of Giannis's night?
I mean, honestly, a pretty typical night for Giannis in this regard. He had to play 36 minutes. On 36 minutes, he's averaging about 36 and 16. So tonight, that night, he gave you 40 and 20. This is why he is night in, night out, the most dominant force in the NBA. The little pull-up three is a nice little bonus for him as well.
Terrible looking though.
You think-
Terrible looking.
As long as as long as it goes in June.
Sure, Harden appreciated Giannis's night. Coming in at number 4, the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George beat a Sixers team
that a
without
flop?
Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons. 136-130 was your final. Clippers improved to 8-0 when they have a fully healthy roster. All right, Vinny, how dangerous is this Clippers team?
The finals will be in LA in June. So, it's just a matter of which LA team will be there, and I think it'll be this one.
Continue to hedge. I like that. Less definitive statements. It's good. It'll make you look better.
Kawhi played, Nick.
Kawhi did play, and this, I mean, listen, some people will criticize the Clippers defense for allowing 130 points to a Sixers team that doesn't have Embiid or Simmons, to which I will say, did you guys not see Shake Milton in the D-League 2 months ago? He was lighting up the D-League 2 months ago. You can't expect to hold a Shake Milton-led team under 125.
I see what he's doing here.
I mean, I see no issues with the Clippers
Shade.
defense at full strength. None whatsoever.
The Sixers look
Shady.
sneaky good.
Oh, yeah, or,
No, they don't,
the
yeah.
Clippers look
No, they
sneaky, mediocre on defense.
Number 3, the Dallas Cowboys, they have a plan. Here it is. According to a report, if Dallas cannot come to an agreement on a new deal with Dak Prescott, which, let's face it, they seem to not have been able to up till now, they plan to use the exclusive tag on him. That's the report. That franchise tag would pay Dak about $33 million this season, but only this season. Smart move, Nick?
It's very interesting. The exclusive franchise tag raises the salary by, I think, $5 or $6 million. But what it means is a team can't take him from you. The non-exclusive tag would be cheaper, but a team could give you 2 first-round picks, sign him to a deal, and just take him from you. I think they smartly know if they're going to move on from Dak, they can do better than 2 first-round picks. But a team like Tennessee, maybe, if you put the non-exclusive tag on him, would come in, give you this year's pick and next year's pick, and sign him away. So this speaks to, I think, what they believe Dak's trade value is if they end up wanting to move on.
Wilds, Dak is happy about this, not happy about this?
I guess he's happy about it.
It's better for him than the regular franchise tag.
All right, our number 2 story today. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Julian Edelman in full recruitment mode for his quarterback, Tom Brady. Both guys attended the UNC-Syracuse game over the weekend along with Jimmy Fallon. Edelman says Tom is coming back. Later in the game, the two were seen
happy.
FaceTiming former Patriot and current Tennessee Titan head coach Mike Vrabel.
Super.
Edelman even selling T-shirts for Tom to return in 2020. Wilds, what do you make of Edelman's recruiting
I love it. I'm
tactics?
putting this strongly in the can't hurt category. That you saw Tom Brady recruiting
Some.
wide receivers this offseason.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Edelman recruit Brady back? The problem is I think he's recruiting in the wrong direction. I think we also need a parallel campaign to recruit Bill Belichick to sign.
Oh, so pay him? I'm just curious when the Patriots are going to file a tampering charge with the Titans. Vrabel can't be FaceTiming with these guys. What's going on?
I'm okay with that.
I'm sure you're okay with it. Vrabel can't be doing it.
We have two paperwork to file. One, LeBron flopping fine.
We got a lot.
Two, tampering charge.
All right, here we go. On to our top story. Zion and the Pelicans in LA to take on LeBron. And this one lived up to the billing. Zion finished with a career-high 35 points, going 12 of 16 from the field. But King James was just too much, nailing the game-sealing three. He finished with 34-point triple-double. Here is LeBron James after the game.
Because you can't be a league MVP without team success and your teammates doing all the dirty work. So, you know, for me, I try to be an MVP every single night for our team on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively, with my command, with my voice, with my approach. And if that results in an award, then so be it. But at the end of the day, that's an award for all of us because we all sacrifice every day.
All right, Vinny, what'd you make of what LeBron had to say?
It's campaign season, isn't it? That's what this is.
He's campaigning.
It is campaign season, and I think LeBron is one of these guys who looks at it as his MVP trophy case and says, I have 4, and maybe I should have 5, or maybe I should have 6, and I want to have this year's one.
Yeah, it's 7. He should have 7.
No, see, Nick, every time I give you a little bit of leeway,
I'll tell you.
You just no, don't do it. No, let's not go through the let's not do that. But here's the thing. We can't change the arguments now just for LeBron James, because he plays with a guy named Anthony Davis, who is arguably a top 5 player in the game. When Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant got together, we said, oh, neither one of these guys can win MVP. And now all of a sudden we want to change the criteria because it's LeBron James. We have to be consistent in how we award, you know, LeBron or Steph or KD or whoever. We can't change the arguments a year after we just said, hey, you two historically great players cancel each other out.
Tier 1, Nick.
Except
Tier 1
okay,
guys.
but so listen, first of all, let me make this clear. Giannis is the MVP. All right, LeBron has been unbelievable, but Giannis is the MVP. I actually agree with Vinny. I think Giannis maybe should be unanimous. LeBron should be a unanimous second. Like, to me, it's very clear 1, 2. 3 is a lot of argument. So I don't think LeBron is the MVP, at least with 25 games left in the year. But it is not a Steph KD situation. We wouldn't be changing the rules. We've had plenty of MVPs have a top 5 teammate on their roster. What we have not had is a guy who's already won MVP, joined the 2-time reigning MVP. That's why they canceled each other out. Anthony Davis has how many MVPs? Just tell me. You have a vote.
Yes.
I don't. How many?
0.
0. Okay. So the idea that Shaq won an MVP when Kobe was ascending towards a top 5 status. LeBron won an MVP in Miami when D-Wade arguably was a top 5 player. Magic and Kareem both won MVPs together. The idea that you can't have a top 5 teammate and win MVP, I disagree.
The history doesn't matter. The history doesn't matter that Steph won one. It's where you are in terms of your game at that particular moment. It's not about how the voting happened before. That's a flawed argument.
Okay, you can say the history doesn't matter. The history, of course, matters. But listen, LeBron's not the MVP, but you're right about the campaign part. This matters to LeBron. LeBron, up until recently, was still upset that he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. Marc Gasol won it. Marc Gasol was not even first-team All-NBA defense, and yet he won Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron, up until recently, maybe still was upset that he was not the first ever unanimous MVP. He should have been in 2013, the same year should have won Defensive Player of the Year, but Gary Washburn voted for Carmelo Anthony.
Chill out on Gary Washburn, that's my guy.
I like him too, but it was a ludicrous vote. So these are awards that matter to him, and he made it clear in that statement, but he's not the MVP this year. As great as he's been, he's not the MVP this year.
So, could LeBron do anything to get your vote?
No.
Nothing?
No.
That's not true.
No.
I mean, if he scored 100 points a game, he would certainly get
100 points in a game or 100 points per game?
I'm just saying, look, I think he has to be able to do something.
I think body of work. Giannis would have to fall off the face of the earth.
Let's say Giannis played at the same level.
Then he can't catch him.
You can't catch him. Realistically, the same run that we're talking about with LeBron in 2012-13 is the same run that Giannis is on, except he's not playing with Chris Bosh, and he's not playing with Dwayne Wade. He's playing with Chris Middleton, who's a very good player, having a very historical season.
There's nothing LeBron can do.
No.
Short of Giannis getting injured or something devastating happening, I agree with Vinny. But again, this is going to work out perfectly for LeBron. because I think Giannis will be unanimous, and I think his team will win 70 games. And so we're going to have 2 unanimous MVPs on 71 teams, both of whom will have gone up against LeBron in the finals, and LeBron will have walked away with the title, will have walked away with finals MVP, and it'll be because he's probably not going to catch MJ with the 6 rings. It's things like that that's going to make his case for the greatest player ever unimpeachable. It's almost better he doesn't win MVP this year. He will get his 11th top.
Congratulations on not winning MVP.
It's better that he doesn't win MVP.
Well,
He
in his
told
case
you.
is unimpeachable.
Unimpeachable.
This is just magic.
Time now
Happening on live
for Put a Grade on It, sponsored by Untucked.
It's
Shirts
insane.
designed to be worn untucked.
It's accurate.
So Zion went off for 35 points, but it was in a losing effort, not to be lost in this game with all the LeBron talk. Nick, put a grade on Zion's night.
Speaks to his greatness. I actually didn't think he was, by his standards, amazing. He had some bad turnovers
Career
late.
high?
He had, listen,
turnovers?
the fact that he can score 35 on just 16 shots, and I watch it and say, could have been a little bit better. I'll give him an A-. I mean, this speaks to how brilliant and dominant he's been. Career high 35 points on 75% shooting. And Vinny, I don't know if you agree, I thought he could have been a little bit better, particularly late when he had the ball taken from him a couple times.
Yeah, I'm going to give him just a flat A because you're playing against what Nick believes is to be the best team in basketball on the second night of back-to-back where they wanted to win that game. And yeah, he missed the dunk in the open floor. There was a couple of small plays. But you got to think, he's a teenager, and he's doing this against a top defensive team in basketball who was keying on him. Like, they wanted to not only win the game, but they also wanted to stop Zion, and they couldn't stop him. He is such an anomaly as far as greatness in today's game and the way that we see it, because he plays inside out, and not necessarily inside out. Inside.
And longest shot was 4 feet.
And you cannot stop him. You can imagine what this game is going to look like when it evolves. But even right now, he's a top 20-ish player.